Hi there, this is Sarah from In My Classroom. I'm in the process of doing Term 2 IEPs, and I have the learning expectations that a teacher sent me for a student that has modifications. And as you can see, if you're familiar with Aspen, the way the teacher has typed it into the document or to the chart is not the way that it goes into Aspen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you kind of some shortcuts to help you edit this rather quickly. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the location of her curriculum connection to being at the end, because that's where it's going to go. And I'm going to put it around brackets. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to put end brackets. And I'm going to do that for all of them. So I'm going to pause the video here and I'm going to show you how I'm going to move all of these to the end. I'm going to do a little bit of formatting because I don't put a period. After the expectation, I put a comma, and then in the expectation itself is going to be in brackets. So I'm going to add the end brackets, but not the beginning brackets, and I'm going to show you why in a moment. So I'm going to show you one more, and the rest I'm going to do on my own, so that you don't have to watch me do every single one here. So I'm going to take away the period and put an end bracket. All right, I'm going to continue on with that, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so I finished changing the formatting of how the curriculum expectations were written. I did end up putting the brackets on both sides because I figured that might be a little weird to not see it there. So I added that in. You don't have to. The trick that I'm going to show you you don't need to have it there, but I realized just for visual purposes, it just looks a lot better and might make more sense if it's there. And I made sure that everything else was in the proper format with the student's name at the beginning of the comment. Now, what we need to do here is the teacher did not include the strand. So what I'm going to do is I am going to press Control F, and it's going to open up this box here. I guess I didn't make the screen big enough for you to see the whole thing, but basically you can see here that Control F is asking what I want to find in the document. Now I want to change B. It comes from this, B is the strand number. So I want it to find every B in the document. Of course, there's B's all over the place, so it found 31 B's. That's not what I want. I don't want to change every time I see the letter B, so I'm going to put a space there, and that way it'll find the ones that are referring to the curriculum document. And then there are 3 dots to the right of this text box here, and if I click on that, it's going to ask me what I want to replace it with. And I did this a moment ago, changing the student's name to Jessica. That's why it says replace with Jessica. But every time I see a B, I want it to be replaced with number. So I'm going to do that. There are a few extra things here. I don't use those for this task. And then I'm going to say replace all. So everywhere where there was a B on its own, I would have changed it to number. Ooh, and actually I need to change it. I'm going to Control Z that. And I'm going to try that again. So Control F, B space, the 3 dots to the right, control with number, and then a space. Actually, number, comma, space, B. Watch this. So if I press replace all, and I close this down so you can see, it has everywhere where there was just a B, it now says number, comma, B. So I'm going to do the same with the C's. So C is algebra. So I'm going to press Control F, and I'm going to find everywhere where there's a C and a space. I'm going to click the 3 dots that are to the right of the text box, and I'm going to have it replaced with algebra and then a C and no space, and replace all. Close this down, and it's changed all the C's with algebra comma C. Oops. I can see there's an error here somewhere, so I'm going to press Control Z. Why did it do that? Okay. Try this again. Obviously, it's taking some tweaking. Find C, comma. Oh, maybe I didn't put a space. Capital C, space. Oh, look at that. It's finding a couple. So when C is at the end of the word, it's changing it. Interesting. So I'm going to fix this then by going find me bracket C space. There we go. Then I'm going to click the 3 dots, replace all, close this down, and every time where there's a C, okay, let's try one more time. Control F, find me a C, bracket C space, 3 dots, change it to bracket. Right, because I included the bracket in there, so I've got to put it back in. Replace all. There we go. Now I'm going to do the same with E. Strand E is spatial sense. So Control F, find E, space, 3 dots, replace with spatial sense, and then an E, replace all. Close it down. There you go. Gonna try it with D now. D strand is data. So Control F for find bracket F space, the 3 dots, replace with oops, F now, not D. F is financial literacy, so financial literacy, and then an F. So every time it finds a bracket F with a space, it's going to change it to bracket financial literacy, comma F, replace all, and it's done that. So the only ones I have to do are D. So Control F, bracket D space, 3 dots wherever I find that. I want it to change it to bracket data, comma D with no space, replace all. And that is done. So I hope you find that helpful. I know I ran into a few glitches there, but obviously that will help you problem solve, because those can occasionally, spaces and stuff can throw you off. So hopefully you found this helpful, and once you get comfortable with this, it does save a ton of time. Best of luck.